Mendel discovered that there are factors responsible for controlling the traits of the body. Sutton and Boveri, they said these factors are nothing but chromosome. So this was known that genetic material is nothing but chromosome and this is present in the nucleus. But what exactly is the biochemical nature of this genetic material? We all know that our body is made up of certain biomolecules. These are carbohydrate, protein, fats, lipids, and nucleic acid, DNA and RNA, besides certain inorganic substances. So out of these, what exactly is the biochemical nature of our genetic material? Various experiments, they were carried by different scientists. But in this series, the first important experiment was carried by Griffiths. So now let's study Griffith experiment. Griffith experiment is known as transforming principle or the transforming experiment. What exactly transforming means here? Transform means when the nature, appearance or the characteristic of one particular thing is completely changed. So in this experiment, he changed that the nature of one particular strain got changed into another. So that is why this is known as the transforming principle. Now, what was exactly his experiment? He performed his experiment on pneumonia-causing bacteria, Streptococcus pneumoniae. This particular bacteria is found in two different strains, R strain and smooth strain or the S strain. The R strain, rough strain, these do not have any mucus coating. So when these enter into the body of the host, antibodies, they can kill these bacteria. So that is why these bacteria are non-virulent and they are not responsible for causing any pneumonia in the body. On the other hand, S strain, smooth strain, they are having a mucus coat that is made up of polysaccharide and these produce smooth colonies. When this strain enter into the body of the host, antibodies cannot kill this bacteria. So these are virulent and these are responsible for causing pneumonia in the host. Now what was his experiment? He injected live R strain into mice. And what he observed that in this particular case, the mice were hale and hearty. They didn't suffer from any disease. Second step, he injected S strain of bacteria into the mice. And what he observed that these mice died. Next step, he killed S strain by heating them. And then he injected. He was surprised that now mice, they survived. It means because of the heating that coating is destroyed. Now what he did in the fourth step, he prepared a mixture of R strain and heat killed S strain. In both the cases we know that mice survived. But when this mixture was injected into the mice, he observed that these mice died. And in fact, he was able to find live S strain from the body of the mice. It means that there were live R strain in the mice body injected. So now these live R strain, these got converted into S strain. How? Questions still remain. That what is that transforming principle which is responsible for transformation of these R strain into S strain. Now this experiment was further carried by the three scientists, Avery, McLeod, McCarthy. What they did, from the heat kill S strain, they purified different biomolecules, polysaccharide, proteins, lipids, RNA and DNA. Now they added these biochemicals one by one into the R strain just to check the transformation. So in the first step, they added polysaccharide into the R strain and the culture still was showing are strain bacteria only. That shows that polysaccharides are not responsible for transformation. Second step, now they added protein purified from these heat killer strain into the culture of R strain. And after some time, still this culture was showing R strain, no transformation was there. Similarly, lipids were added in the third step into the R strain, and still there was no transformation. In RNA also there was no transformation. But when they purified DNA from the heat kill strain and added it to the R strain culture, after a period of time, they were able to find out S strain from this culture. So in this particular case, transformation has occurred. In the second series of these experiments, they added different enzymes to heat kill S strain. Protease, RNAs, DNAs, again to check it out, to confirm their finding. So the first step of this experiment, they added protease to heat kill S strain. Protease are the enzyme that destroy proteins. So when these protease, they were added to this mixture of R strain and the heat kill S strain, there was still transformation. In this culture, there was S strain. In the second step, they added RNAs. We know that RNAs, they destroy RNA. So in this mixture, there was heat kill S strain, there was RNAs and R strain. But still there was transformation. It means that transforming principle is still in the mixture. Now in the third step, by ultracentrifugation process, they remove all the fats. So now this culture is not having the fat, but still it is having heat kill S strain, it is having R strain, and it is having all other biomolecules intact except fat. But still S strain was there, still transformation happened. It means fats are also not responsible for this transformation. Now in their final step, they added DNAs to this culture. So now this culture is having heat kill S strain, it is having DNAs, it is having R strain. Now these DNAs, they have destroyed DNA. It means now the biomolecule DNA is not there in this mixture. And what they notice, that after a period of time, still there was no transformation, and this culture medium was showing only R strain. So what is the conclusion? That transforming principle is DNA and not the protein, as many other scientists they were suspecting. So by mean of these two experiments, Griffith experiment and Everett-McLeod-McCarthy experiment, this was confirmed that transforming principle is DNA.